Hello there, I am Zhang. I'm a Chinese student who did the exchange program in Chiba Universities. The exchange program in Chiba University in Japan lasted for 14 days. It was a fun, challenging, and informative experience. During the program, I got to travel around several tourist attractions in Japan, take classes on Japanese culture and literature, engage in various cultural activities provided by Chiba universities, discuss certain cultural topics with Japanese students, have a meditation session in a Zen monastery, and stay in a host family for a weekend. Oh, we had a lot of chances to interact with the Chiba University students, and having conversations with Japanese students is somehow challenging. We communicated and discussed the topics which were raised in the classroom, but it was difficult to communicate using my broken Japanese or their broken English. But after this experience, however, I learned the importance of the attitude in the discussion, and the attitude itself can help people cross over many barriers that lies between, for example, language or cultural barriers. During the discussion, I could feel how struggled they were trying to express their ideas and how much they wanted their voices to be heard. The attitude of encouraging them to speak out, of generally being willing to learn their thoughts, could indeed open up a safe space for them, thus promoting more meaningful exchange to take place. We ended up getting to know more of each other's cultures and thoughts, which was really inspiring. With this experience in mind, I shall always remember the importance of the attitude I have in any conversation that might take place in the future. Am I being a real listener or just someone who listened to speak? Another cultural difference that I've noticed is the classroom rules. Um, so there's no food or drinks allowed in the Japanese classroom. It's different either from China or from America. Although we're not allowed to eat in the classroom, we definitely can drink water in class back in China. But in America, like in America, I can either eat or drink in the classroom and nobody cares. But this whole thing just doesn't happen in Japan. Um, this is like really strict in Japan, and it's because the respect people have to pay for their teachers. And I've had several really interesting religions class, which focuses on Japanese religions in general. I find that really interesting how the way the Shinto and Buddhism work together in Japan. Buddhism is a religion with elaborate and sophisticated philosophical background. Shinto absorbs the philosophical foundation of Buddhism, and together lay the basis of Japanese religions in general. I find this really fascinating. During the study abroad program, I got the chance to experience different cultural activities in Japan. We watched the No drama. It's a performance art, and we had origami workshops, and we wore the traditional Japanese clothes, which is called yukata. We also had a tea ceremony held by the tea clubs in Chiba universities. We also went to stay overnight at a monastery and had a meditation session after that. So during the trip, I visited a few of traditional Japanese Zen temples and several cities which are famous for tourism, for example, Kyoto. I personally didn't enjoy Kyoto that much, despite its reputation, because there were so many crowds and tourists in that busy city. According to a Japanese friend of mine, there weren't that many people 2 years ago. Tourism has brought phenomenal economic development to the local, but at the same time has somehow weakened its beauty by bringing so many tourists into this old and peaceful place. In contrary to Kyoto, Kamakura, another Asian city, has left me a deep impression. I visited Engakuji, a traditional Zen temple in Kamakura. As soon as I entered Engakuji, a special vibe seized my attention, as if every breath I took accompanied by some special energy. Engakuji was so peaceful. And I also visited Ghibli Museum. That's like a museum that is collect all the incredible things from Miyazaki Hayao's animation movies. During the whole process, I tried very hard to suppress my desire to take photos inside it, since it is not allowed. There were so many beautiful drafts and designs, and the museum itself is like a castle in a fairy tale. When I was surrounded by the music and animation drafts, I had a feeling of returning back to my childhood. And here comes to my favorite part. I met my host family. Yukiko-san is a Japanese woman who is very open-minded, kind, and she's a beautiful Japanese housewife. The host father, his name is Ijima-san, is a quiet and kind father who doesn't understand or speak any English. Their daughter, Anna-san, is a cute and welcoming college student who is majoring in both English and Chinese, but since she just got started, she doesn't really speak with me using either of the language. Um, and yeah, the day after, I said I haven't had a chance to watch Kabuki, and they immediately decided to take me to the Kabuki theater in Ginza. During the Kabuki, there was a slow scene, and both my host father and my host mother closed their eyes and fell asleep. Um, Although they might not be that interested in watching, but they still chose to accompany me, I was really touched by their energy and hospitality. I love my host mother. Although she does not have job outside, she never stops learning. She told me about how she felt she's not feeling good enough, and that's why she keeps learning and embracing the new experiences. I personally relate to that a lot. I feel that we probably have some kind of special connection, and that's how we work together, like as the host family. Um, yeah, so for those of you who are thinking about taking this program in next year, I have three major advices for you. The first one is trying to keep the journal. I know it's an assignment that our teacher assigned to us, but it really helped. I thought that I was going to remember all the things that happened to me during my trip in Japan, but the thing just doesn't happen that way. Like after 3 months, I have like forgotten a lot of things, and I'm so glad that I have the journal with me so I can reflect on some of my experience more clearly. And the second advice I have for you guys is to practice the language while you're there. Um, yeah, everybody keeps telling me that my Japanese will be improved after I got back from Japan because they assume that I'm gonna practice and I'm gonna be surrounded by Japanese and my Japanese just naturally get improved, but that's not the case. So yeah, if you don't try to practice the language, no one would like help you with that. They just use English with you, and English is my comfort zone at that time. I was just like speaking English all the time. I feel a little sorry about that. But yeah, if you have a chance, practice with the local people. And the third point, I want to, the third advice I have for you guys is to make more friends, more Japanese friends at UC. I hate to say that. I'm not saying that you are making friends because you will have a local tour guide when you travel to Japan, but like they're really helpful. It feels really amazing to have someone you know while you are there, and all the friends I've made at UC, I met them like in Japan. They showed me around. They took me to the local restaurants and like they're really friendly, and I'm so glad that I have met them. Yeah, that's my advice for you. You can decide whether to take it or not. I hope you can join the program because this program is fantastic, and our instructor Markovic Sensei has been really supportive and helpful during the whole trip. I'm really grateful for this experience. Yeah, if you have any questions about this program, you can contact me directly. I'm sure Markovic Sensei has my contact information. Yeah, I'd be really happy to see you join the program. Thank you so much.